What a damned nuisance. Hanli's brows drew together as he watched the corpse wraith claw its way back into form, the last traces of lightning dispersing into the air. The creature was witless, yet its flesh rivaled that of a high zenith jade immortal. Though his lightning-wield technique had torn it apart time and again, it could not erase it completely. Time pressed upon him like a blade at his throat. He could not linger. His thoughts flickered between calling forth the azure bamboo cloud swarm sword, long nurtured within his profound heavenly gourd, or unleashing the essence fire raven to reduce the monster to ashes, when Mo Guang's voice suddenly echoed within his sea of consciousness. Fellow Taoist Han, though this thing bears ghostly traits, its cultivation grants it resistance to lightning and fire. Killing it will not be easy. Why not leave it to me? You can destroy it? Hanli asked. Indeed, I know its true fatal weakness. If you entrust it to me, I can end it swiftly. After a brief pause, Hanli made his decision. A floral sigil bloomed upon his middle and index fingers, and a 10-foot-tall door of radiant light appeared beside him. At the same time, he swept his left sleeve, drawing the mantra Treasured Axis back into concealment. Freed from suppression, the corpse wraith let out a silent roar and lunged forward, its claws aimed straight for Hanli's glabella. In that instant, a black shadow shot out from the silver-lit door. Mo Guang appeared like a phantom. Baleful chi coiled around his arm as he thrust his hand straight through the junction of the corpse wraith's chest and abdomen. His arm emerged from the other side, clutching a fist-sized mass of black flesh. It pulsed like a living heart, riddled with 7 orifices, breathing as though alive. The corpse wraith's weakness is neither its head nor its dantian, Mo Guang said calmly. It lies in this, its baleful embryo. This is what gathers baleful chi and gives it form, and it is precisely because of this that it is most vulnerable to baleful chi. As his words fell, the corpse wraith's body collapsed into countless grains of dark purple sand, dissolving into drifting black smoke. What will you do with the baleful embryo, fellow Taoist Han? Mo Guang asked. You killed it. The spoils are yours, Hanli replied. Mo Guang inclined his head, then crushed the embryo to dust, revealing a bead the size of a longan within. Before Hanli could see it clearly, Mo Guang tossed it into his mouth and swallowed it whole. If you have no further need of me, I will return to seclusion, Mo Guang said. Many thanks, Hanli replied. Mo Guang stepped back through the silver-lit door and returned to the main hall, seating himself cross-legged upon his cushion. Soon after, the door faded away at Hanli's command. Hanli swallowed a pill, regulated his breathing, and after a brief rest, continued deeper into the pagoda. At the staircase leading to the 3rd floor, he released his spiritual sense to probe the entrance. Ren Hao had chosen the second path and should have arrived here as well. Yet there was no trace of him. The absence was unsettling. After confirming nothing seemed amiss, Hanli ascended. On the 3rd floor, an ancient screen stood not far ahead. Its painted scenery had long faded into little more than outlines, the surface scarred by gashes, cracks, and sword marks. That it still stood at all was a minor miracle. Hanli took a step forward, paused briefly as a faint change flickered across his expression, then proceeded as though nothing were amiss. Through the screen's gaps, he glimpsed wooden shelves scattered throughout the chamber, laden with vases and books. A study, once. Circling around it, he discovered nearly 100 shelves in total, most shattered beyond recognition. Only those glimpsed earlier remained standing. Moving among the wreckage, Hanli picked up an intact volume. Its cover bore the title Metal Stone Journal. A quick perusal revealed it to be no cultivation manual, but merely a catalog of metals and minerals. The remaining books were the same, miscellaneous records, nothing more. It seems the former master of this place had interests both broad and mundane. Leaving the study behind, Hanli passed through several doors, reaching the deepest chamber of the 3rd floor. The moment he stepped inside, a surge of profound time-law fluctuations washed over him. Ahead lay a vast blue pond, 200 to 300 feet across, its waters crystal clear. Waters of time. The thought leapt into his mind. Why is the time-law aura here so intense? Could this pond be entirely composed of it? Probing with his spiritual sense, Hanli discovered not only dense time-law power, but an overwhelming vitality permeating the waters. He approached and looked down. A body floated serenely upon the surface. Surprise flickered in Hanli's eyes. The corpse stood no more than 5 feet tall, thin as a reed, with an unnaturally thick neck that made it appear grotesquely unbalanced, yet it floated stably as if merely asleep. It was identical to the statue he had seen at the pagoda's entrance, perfectly preserved, untouched by decay, yet devoid of any aura. Compared to the earlier remains, it seemed almost freshly deceased. Nearby floated a blue shield, roughly 2 feet wide, its surface etched with intricate patterns and radiating light. Just inches away drifted a crystalline blue flute, adorned with a tassel woven from 7 or 8 bamboo leaves. Both treasures brimmed with spiritual chi, unscarred by time, and exuded formidable time law power, true time attribute immortal treasures. Han Li did not reach for them. Instead, his gaze shifted subtly toward a round stone pillar in the northwest corner of the hall, faint purple light glimmering in his eyes. Ren Hao had somehow fused with the pillar itself, concealing his aura almost completely. Thanks to his advancement in the 5th level of the spirit refinement technique, Han Li's senses had sharpened greatly. He had detected Ren Hao the moment he stepped onto this floor, though not his exact position. He also knew Ren Hao must have sensed him in turn, and so Han Li had feigned ignorance. At that moment, Han Li's brow twitched. He vanished. In the next instant, he appeared atop a horizontal beam overhead, sealing away all aura and spiritual fluctuations as if he had dissolved into the void. Not long after, Feng Qingyuan emerged from the stairwell. His expression was tense as he entered the hall. Passing through the collapsed shelves, he casually flipped through scattered pages as Han Li had earlier, discarding them once he confirmed they held nothing of value. The tension in his eyes eased slightly, but his steps grew slower, more cautious than before. In the vast hall, Feng Qingyuan moved with deceptive casualness, his senses alert, sweeping through the surroundings. Yet Han Li and Ren Hao, masters of concealment, remained hidden from his perception. Without warning, Feng Qingyuan's pace quickened, his gaze locking onto the blue shield and flute nestled by the pond. Greed flickered in his eyes, but he restrained himself, aware that something was amiss. A faint smile appeared on his lips as he called out, "Fellow Taoist Ren, I know where you are. Why not reveal yourself?" The silence that followed revealed Ren Hao's indifference, and Feng Qingyuan, seeing through the bluff, grew frustrated. With a flick of his sleeve, he summoned a golden puppet, 8 arms gleaming with power, to grasp the treasures. Just as the puppet reached out, the waters stirred violently, and from the depths, a figure surged forth, sending the puppet flying with a powerful strike. A blue foot crushed the puppet's chest with terrifying force, obliterating its core. In an instant, Feng Qingyuan retreated, a red umbrella appearing in his hand as he eyed the creature before him. The creature, part man, part fish, shimmered with scales and emanated an overwhelming aura of time law. Regret flashed in Feng Qingyuan's eyes as the creature's mouth opened, revealing rows of sharp teeth. It let out a silent roar before dissolving into a cloud of blue mist, which engulfed Feng Qingyuan in a flash, following him as he fled toward the stairwell. The crimson shield formed by the umbrella faltered as the mist overtook him, and Feng Qingyuan's cries were silenced as his body crumbled. The mist reformed into the humanoid fish, which calmly returned to the pond, leaving only a tattered umbrella and a shriveled corpse behind. Han Li, observing the scene with astonishment, quickly hid as a purple figure entered the hall. Feng Lin, she glanced indifferently at the remains of Feng Qingyuan before speaking with authority. "You hoped I would act as recklessly as him? Come out. I know where you are." With a gleam in her eyes, Han Li realized that she too had mastered the infernal devilish eyes, her control surpassing even his. Stepping from his hiding place, Han Li was soon joined by Ren Hao. Feng Lin's cold voice cut through the tension. "Shall we join forces to deal with this creature?" she proposed. Ren Hao agreed, and the trio moved into position, their minds set on the challenge ahead. Han Li, however, remained cautious. "Before we act, what exactly is this creature? I know little about it," he inquired. Both Feng Lin and Ren Hao shook their heads, leaving Han Li to ponder the creature's origins. With no clear answer, they quickly devised a strategy and moved toward the pond, each taking a different approach. Ren Hao, swift as lightning, reached the pond first, conjuring a massive blue claw to seize the treasures. The creature emerged once again, its staff clashing with the claw and destroying it. Unperturbed, Ren Hao raised his giant blue sword, unleashing its immense power as it descended upon the creature. Feng Lin acted simultaneously, summoning a giant black gate, releasing a torrent of devilish energy. As the gate opened, a pillar of black light erupted, surging toward the fish-like creature, its twisted faces howling in torment. Han Li, sensing the oppressive energy, focused his mind, clearing his discomfort. He raised his hand, summoning 3 azure swords, each crackling with golden lightning, ready to strike. Together, they prepared to face the formidable creature. Their combined might focused on the prize before them, the blue treasures and the fearsome being that guarded them. The wind howled as Han Li chanted an incantation, his sleeve sweeping through the air, and 3 colossal azure swords, crackling with golden lightning, hurtled towards the humanoid fish creature. The creature's eyes flashed with fury as it brandished its staff, unleashing countless blue projections that formed a radiant barrier. Even the might of the sword seemed to falter against the overwhelming defense, and with a series of thunderous explosions, the barrier shattered, the staff splintering as well. But in an instant, a mysterious blue fishing rod appeared in its grasp, and with a delicate swing, a thin, fragile blue line emerged, twisting in the air to create swirling vortexes. Han Li's sword struck the vortexes with a mighty crash, but their power was devoured, nullified by an unseen force, as though they had struck the depths of an endless sea. Ren Hao's giant sword met the same fate, devoured by the spiraling blue maelstrom. The black pillar of energy unleashed from the Vyasa gate faltered and twisted before being absorbed by the vortexes as well. Feng Lin, anticipating this, made a swift hand seal, causing silver runes to erupt from the gate and fuse with the pillar of black light, piercing through the vortexes and striking the creature, causing it to reel in pain. Feng Lin seized the opportunity, summoning a terrifying, devilish figure from the depths of the black gate, a towering, 100-foot Vyasa king, a demon of unimaginable power. Its horns curved like the darkened sky, and its trident exuded an aura of soul-shattering terror. Its laugh filled the hall, chilling even the hearts of Han Li and Ren Hao. The Vyasa king's trident struck the humanoid fish creature, causing it to explode into a cloud of blue mist. Feng Lin's eyes gleamed with triumph, but before she could act, the creature reformed from the mist, untouched, its fishing rod cutting through the air once more, shattering the black chi that sought to claim the treasures of the pond. With a flick of its rod, the creature spun a net of blue light that ensnared the Vyasa gate, pulling it towards the pond. Han Li and Ren Hao reacted swiftly, retreating their weapons, avoiding the deadly fishing lines, their expressions grave. The creature's strength had far surpassed expectations, its mastery over the elements formidable. In that moment, Feng Lin's frustration boiled over, and she unleashed a mighty black spirit domain that expanded rapidly, filling the hall with devilish shadows. The Vyasa gate shone brighter, resonating with the domain's power. Ren Hao, seizing the moment, unleashed his own domain, filling the air with churning waves of blue energy that weakened the vortexes around the creature. Han Li, undeterred, called upon the laws of time, his domain warping the very fabric of reality, freezing the creature in place. With a glint of determination in his eyes, Han Li summoned 9 azure bamboo cloud swarm swords, each growing to immense size, and brought them crashing down upon the creature. Ren Hao, his voice thunderous, commanded his giant sword to strike, chanting an incantation that sent blue light spiraling into the blade, making it grow to colossal proportions before descending upon the vortexes. Feng Lin, undeterred by the Vyasa gate's entrapment, unleashed a massive black seal, summoning a fearsome black tiger that roared as it surged into the seal, expanding it to the size of a house. With a powerful gesture, the seal descended upon the vortexes, a final strike aimed at the creature's seemingly invincible defense. The humanoid fish being's face flickered with unease as it sluggishly swung its blue fishing rod, too slow to react in Han Li's time spirit domain. An explosive roar shattered the air as multicolored lights erupted, shaking the blue vortexes surrounding the creature. The vortexes cracked, then collapsed, revealing the creature. Die! Feng Lin shouted, hurling the black seal towards it. Ren Hao followed suit, sending his blue sword crashing down. A hint of panic flashed across the creature's face, and it released a dense blue mist, retreating toward the pond, while time law power surged through its body, regaining speed. "You're not escaping," Han Li roared, summoning a golden lock. A burst of golden light transformed it into a radiant sphere that vanished into the time spirit domain. In a flash, the golden lock appeared beside the creature, shackling its arm, followed by a giant rune that encased the creature, freezing both it and the mist. The black seal and blue sword struck in unison, exploding the creature's body into blue liquid that splattered onto their treasures, sizzling as the spiritual light began to dim. Ren Hao quickly retracted his sword, but Han Li and Feng Lin dashed toward the pond, disregarding their treasures. Ren Hao, too slow, could only watch as they reached the pond. Feng Lin summoned black light around the blue flute, while Han Li conjured an azure hand to grasp the blue shield. As Han Li prepared to stow the shield, a crimson bead appeared beside him. His expression changed, and golden light erupted from his body. But before he could act, the bead exploded into a crimson sun that engulfed him. White flames danced within, burning holes in the space around him as the time spirit domain vanished. The hall trembled but held firm. A ball of blue light, Han Li's shield, tumbled through the air, and Ren Hao seized it with glee. "What are you doing?" Feng Lin demanded, leaping away from the fiery sun. The Vyasa gate and black seal circled above her head. Ren Hao chuckled coldly. "I'm claiming this treasure." Feng Lin's voice grew cold. "A 9 destructions flame bead. It could kill high zenith cultivators. Looks like I underestimated you." Ren Hao scoffed. "I always have trump cards. You probably do too, saving them for later." Feng Lin seethed. "We agreed to fight the creature together, then claim the treasures. Yet you've betrayed that. The robe change order is filled with treacherous scum," Ren Hao sneered. "It's simple. I'm not safe with someone wielding time law powers. Killing you ensures my survival, and you would have done the same." A cold voice rang out from the Crimson Sun. "Is that so? Then I'll take you up on your offer." Both Ren Hao and Feng Lin recoiled in shock as Han Li emerged from the sun unscathed, his robes untouched. The mantra treasured axis spun behind him, and golden ripples encased him, freezing the flames in place. Ren Hao, stunned, fled, but Han Li's time spirit domain slowed him to a crawl. Han Li appeared before him in a flash of golden lightning, summoning 9 azure bamboo cloudswarm swords that fused into a giant azure blade. He swung it down, sending Ren Hao crashing into a wall. Ren Hao scrambled up, now armored in blue dragon battle armor. His body shimmered with draconic power, but a gash marred his shoulder. Feng Lin gasped, recognizing the armor, while Han Li noted its strength. "You think armor can save you?" Han Li sneered. He summoned 9 true spirit projections, including the nightmare dragon bloodline from Ku Ling, transforming into a devilish deity with 3 heads and 6 arms. Time law threads fused into the azure sword as the world's origin chi surged, amplifying its might. The color drained from Ren Hao's face as Han Li unleashed his overwhelming power, causing him to retreat swiftly, vanishing into a blur of blue light. In haste, Ren Hao sent forth a barrage of glowing immortal treasures, encircling him in a radiant dome to block Han Li's advance. Yet Han Li was undeterred, casually sweeping his arm to release a massive wave of green light, which swiftly consumed the treasures, their spiritual glow flickering out, leaving only their physical forms suspended in the net of light. With another wave, the treasures vanished into nothingness, leaving Ren Hao stunned. Han Li strode forward, vanishing in an instant to block Ren Hao's path. The battle was swift, with Ren Hao unable to react as the 2 swords clashed. Han Li's azure sword cleaved through Ren Hao's blade with ease, continuing on to strike at him with crushing force. Desperation surged in Ren Hao's eyes as he infused his blood essence and immortal power into his armor, but the sword's might was unstoppable. It pierced through his defenses, and in a blinding explosion of blood and flesh, Ren Hao was torn apart. His nascent soul shattered by the sword's power, Han Li calmly collected Ren Hao's storage ring, the remains of the blue armor crumbling to dust as the azure sword shattered into 9 pieces, returning to Han Li's body. Feng Lin watched with wary eyes, but Han Li paid her no mind, his attention fixed on the floating body of the large-headed child. He had been observing it all along, yet had sensed no threat until now. Reaching out, he summoned the body with a surge of azure light, only for it to move with unnatural speed, its head nearly colliding with Han Li's. In a flash, its eyes snapped open, and it unleashed a burst of blue light that struck Han Li's forehead, sending a thunderous shock through his mind. The child spoke one chilling phrase, "Kill Chi Mozi," before disintegrating into blue smoke. Han Li, shaken but composed, refocused as the pond before him drained rapidly, a vortex pulling all the blue liquid downward. Swiftly, Han Li conjured an azure hand, scooping up a small amount of the water, but the rest was gone in an instant. He stored the water in a vial, then noticed the scattered blue rocks at the pond's bottom, their spiritual chi still potent. Turning to Feng Lin, he suggested, "Let's share the materials and avoid further conflict." Feng Lin agreed, and the two collected the remaining treasures in the hall and the pond before parting ways. After Feng Lin departed, Han Li delved into his consciousness, finding the ball of blue light and the cultivation art it contained. This new art, the water divination time arts, held powerful insights, and Han Li memorized it quickly before continuing his journey. As he made his way deeper into the mist-shrouded forest, he encountered nothing of immediate danger. After 6 hours, he emerged into a vast lotus pond, its serene beauty masking the mysterious energy that flowed within. Something about the pond's origin, Qi, intrigued Han Li, and he paused, sensing a deeper mystery yet to unfold.